country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for, and if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
All right. What's going on, America? Welcome to Monday's edition of Dear America. We're so glad you made it. Tony just hit his mic. We need to get business out of the way first because we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Please make sure to do us a huge favor and hit that like button. Make sure to give us a comment in the comment section. Was there a third attempt on Trump's life, or was this MAGA guy that the cops got it wrong? What do you think? Comment yes or no in the chat. Let's go ahead and get the chat blown up. We're going to talk about all the evidence that we know so far. We're also going to talk about, we have today the very first Dear America original documentary airing today for you guys first. We wanted you guys, the loyal audience, to be able to see this documentary first. But we're going to need your help to make sure it gets spread far and wide. We'll get in that in a minute. Why is PolitiFact and all the other fact checkers already just preemptively writing fact checks to where anyone who posts anything saying that FEMA did anything other than a great job, that we're going to get fact checked, they're going to strike us, and they're going to cut us off of social media? Why are they doing that? You got to ask yourselves these questions. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. This is going to be an exciting episode. I'm really excited about it. But before we do that, let's introduce everyone who is in the studio today. Ladies and gentlemen, Hurricane Helene survivor, diversity, equity, and inclusion hire, not Mexican Cartel Tony.
Oh, that came back.
I said not Mexican Cartel Tony.
Go Ducks, by the way. Go Ducks. Woo. What a game, man. That was an epic game.
That was a great game.
It was.
All right, and of course, producer Royce is here.
Good morning, everybody. I'm excited for everybody to see this documentary. It's a lot of fun.
That hot seat time.
Good morning, everybody.
All right, let's get on with this thing here. All right, so I'm excited for everybody to see this too. We're going to show it a little later on in the show because we do have some things to talk about. Cannot be stated enough how awesome the guy down here is. I mean, he flew here. You'll see it. You'll see it in a minute. How we even got Royce here.
He
was smuggled across state lines, and you'll see it in the episode here. We found some interesting things. I'm not going to lie. Things that contradict what now the fact checks are now demanding that we're not allowed to say, or we're spreading false information and stuff like that. Makes you wonder why. Why would they do those things? I will tell you this, though. I want to talk to you guys really quick about being prepared because I have to. The things that I've seen in the past, we've been there for like almost 6 straight days now in North Carolina helping out. The area of Pensacola, North Carolina, not Pensacola, Florida, Pensacola, North Carolina. It's like an atomic bomb went off. And we're helping stock these places. And one of the things that we're stocking the most of is medications. And it's in the moments like this, you don't think you need certain things until you do. And then there's no pharmacies open. There's no nothing. We literally were driving there and you can't even get food in the restaurants 40 miles outside of where this is because they're all on boiling water notice. There's no food. There's no water. There's nothing. And it really makes you remember in times of emergencies, you need medication, life-saving medications, antibiotics, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, azithromycin, amoxicillin, and so many others. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm begging you right now to please don't let yourself find yourself in this situation that so many people have found themselves in. Go to the wellness company right now. That's twc.health/Graham. If you're on Rumble, the link is in the chat right this second. The code Graham is going to save you $30 plus give you free shipping. You need to go and get your family prepared with these life-saving medications. And also, anyone that is involved in the area of the hurricanes, Helene and Milton, they're offering free telehealth services right now. Absolutely free. All you got to do is go to twc.health/Graham. Please be prepared. So many of you have taken our advice and gotten these life-saving medications for you and your family. It's easy, it's quick, it's simple. Be prepared. Go to twc.health/Graham. That's twc.health/Graham. Promo code Graham is going to save you $30 plus free shipping. And also, for anyone in the area that the hurricanes has affected, they are offering free telehealth services. No questions asked. So go and prepare yourself right now. All right, let's get going here. Let's move on. Is Skynet getting ready to take over the world, or are we literally in an iRobot situation?
No, Jesus.
Elon Musk has unveiled the Optimus autonomous assistant humanoid friend, starting at about 20 grand a person, 20 grand a pop. Play this video.
I mean, a person is not that far off, though. 20 grand a person? It's a robot.
Yeah. Hey, look, somebody just said got their kits from the wellness company last week. So glad to have them in the chats. I'm telling you, if you're on Rumble, you can click the link right now. Go get it. YouTube as well. If not, go to twc.health/Graham. All right, let's play this video. Here we go.
But fundamentally, at scale, the Optimus robot, you should be able to buy an Optimus robot.
Thank God, I don't want to water
I think
plants.
Probably $20,000 to $30,000 long term. So, and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want.
I don't like playing board games. Let them play that.
Be a teacher,
Or doing that. Let them do that.
Dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries.
Or being your waiter. I don't want to do that.
Be your friend, serve drinks.
Just be your friend.
Whatever you can think of, it will do.
Or this. I don't like unload groceries.
Yeah, it's gonna
Let's
be
do
awesome.
it. Can you imagine how many
I
he
think
can
this will
hold in
be
both arms?
The biggest product ever.
All right.
You wonder how
So
strong it is.
here's the question for the chat. Would you guys look? The dude's playing rock paper scissors right here. I mean, I'm just saying. Look, be honest. Are you going to buy this thing? Yes or no? I'm gonna be honest. I've already pre-ordered 3 of them. 2 of them I'm going to program like an iRobot that they're not allowed to leave Tony and Todd's house.
Dude.
Or let them out of the house
Not
under any
happening.
circumstances.
Not
I'm
happening.
I wonder if we can program one to do the show. Can we just run the show for us? Can we?
Yeah.
Graham, I have to say I'm very surprised how I don't know if it's excited the word that I'm going to use, but you seem pretty on board with this. After we've had a lot of conversations about kids and being on social media so much. This is just another step of them being not out in the.
I'll tell you why.
Personal
Because I
relationships.
want to get the early versions before they figure out the newer versions that they then use to take us out. So I'll have the early versions that I can program, and just like the movies, they love our family and all this other kind of stuff, and then they actually protect us when the other robots come to take over. So
become
I'm
sentient
thinking,
when things
I'm
go
playing
bad.
3D chess. Y'all are over here playing checkers.
No,
That's
I
all I'm
ain't.
saying.
No. You play board games and you play, rock, paper, scissors, and you keep beating the thing, and he gets pissed off and rips your arm off and beats you to death with
Rips
it.
your throat.
Has anybody seen Rebel Moon?
Yeah, I have.
No.
Rebel Moon is a Zack Snyder movie. That robot in there,
Yeah.
that's the old version. That's
Yeah,
not because they have military robots. That's this situation, I think.
Nope, I don't think. And that's next. It's going to start replacing soldiers. They're going to keep doing it, and eventually, the little
All
blue
I'm
faces are
saying
going to
is-
turn red, and they're going to come after humanity.
You better go get the initial versions that are there to protect humans
No.
before they upgrade it too much, and then Skynet takes over. That's all I'm saying.
Look, if this does become a thing, it's 20 to 30K right now. I wonder if it's like the HD TVs, the flat screens, where they were like $3,000 when they first came out, and now they're like 120
Bro,
bucks
I don't
to
care
get
if
one
that
at the.
thing was $300. The answer's still no. No.
Todd's gonna be
Todd,
the.
there'll be
same
more
guy-
without one.
The same
Fine.
guy who
I'm good
said
with
that he
that.
would get a chip to be able to buy everything is
Oh,
now
that's-
against
I
getting
didn't
the
say
robot.
That's
buy.
true.
I said the Google chip.
That's true. Todd, you were the one that also said. Weren't you the one that said you're gonna be walking around with those?
Yeah, but
what was
see,
that, those
look,
Oculus
okay, here's the difference. Here's the difference. That robot's going to be killing people. If I had a chip and it got rocked, then I'm going to be the one killing people. So either way, I'm good.
All right, let's move on. Okay, has Kamala Harris lost the race already? Well, They do say that if you've lost SNL, you've lost all of it. This is the second week in a row that SNL is all in going after Kamala Harris. Let's play this clip. It's genius.
Okay, 100 people surveyed, top 6 answers on the board. Name something that you keep in your glove compartment. Oh, VP Harris.
Steve, look, I was raised in a middle-class family, all right?
Oh, here we go.
Okay, my mother raised my sister and me, all right?
Yeah.
She worked hard and saved up.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And we had a second mother, too.
Okay. Did that mother have a glove compartment?
A small business owner named Miss Shelton.
Okay, we got that. Something that you keep in your glove compartment.
Oh, a Glock, Steve, a big old Glock.
A big old Glock.
Oh, snap. Okay, so you strapped like that. All right. Show me the blip, blam, blicky. All right. Okay, 100
All right,
people
you get the
surveyed.
point. They're making fun of the fact that everything that Kamala Harris answers, she goes, well, I come from a middle-class family. Not to be outdone, but this is actually not a skit. This is Tim Walz trying to make everyone believe that he knows how to shoot a shotgun, among all things, the easiest of all guns to shoot. Here we go. Let's play it.
Governor, what kind of gun is it?
This is a Beretta A400. I bought it when I was shooting a lot of trap because it has a kind of their patented thing, a kickoff. So when you get old, it doesn't hurt your shoulder as much.
You might want to learn how to load it, Tim.
The man can't load this gun to save his life.
He's like, what?
Like, what's this?
Where's
That's not where the tampon goes, Tim. It's not. The tampon doesn't go in there.
Can I just add that particular shotgun, if you Google the 8400, the A400, that shotgun holds 5 shells, 1 in a pipe. Okay,
Yeah.
but bird hunting, you're only allowed to have 2 shells and 1
Well,
in the
you
pipe.
can do, 1 in the pipe.
Yeah, so everything he's doing right now is wrong. Like everything.
All right. Also, Tim Walz, there is some stuff brewing on the internet, and I want to be careful with this because nothing official in any way has come out yet. The guy who started all this released a statement from who this was, but there was no name, no signature, no official notary seal, no filing in a court order of any kind yet. But we do want to say that there is some stuff brewing on the internet about Tim Walz. Todd, you've looked into this more than anybody else.
Before Todd speaks, let me just.
Yeah. Hold on. Before we talk about this. All right.
Todd.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, so it's the black insurrectionist who was a medic in the Army. He has, like, somebody reached out to him. One guy that allegedly was a high school foreign exchange student while Tim Walz was a teacher, and took him to a concert. Then after the concert, took him to a gay bar, did a whole, I don't want to get into detail about it, all of what Tim did with him. I mean, it's very detailed. Like all the documents that have been released and emails that have been released in communications with the guy that's putting all this stuff out and the guy that was abused. It's a lot of detail. If you want to find out the rest, this is going to be our main topic in the hot seat. And I have literally read everything, read into it. And it's gaining a little bit of traction. I mean, Laura Loomer is posting it right now. We'll see. Maybe this might be the October surprise. We don't know.
Maybe so. Again, our internal chat was talking about it last night. They can't replace Tim Walz.
That was my next
22
question.
days before the vote.
That was my next
can't.
question. Yeah, 22 days left for voting.
No, they can't.
What if they have concrete evidence that he did this? I
He
mean, how
won't.
could they
He
not
won't
replace
go to
him?
jail and be convicted by a jury of his peers in 22 days.
But how could they keep him on the ballot if they have concrete evidence that he did something like this?
Because legally Trump is a convicted felon, and he's on the ballot.
Yep.
Like literally, there's no rules that say that you can't be a convicted felon and be on the presidential.
Yeah,
ticket.
but there's a difference, and obviously we've all seen movies. We all see what the code is when you go to jail. Any inmate that's in jail for child abuse
they
or
kill 'em.
something missing,
They beat 'em to
there's just a
death.
whole different level to that.
I'm not
I would
negating
say.
that. What I'm saying is there's no way, even if this is true, that they can get rid of Walz on the ticket because he's not going to be in a trial before then, and he's not going to be convicted before the election. So they can't get him off the ballot. They can't.
Yeah.
The ballots are, to people's points, the ballots are already printed. The ballot, people are already voting. Like people have already voted. And so this is the ticket, man. And so maybe this is an October surprise, but I will say this, there's going to have to be some official document of some kind.
But to your point, Graham, they voted for Biden and they kicked him off and they put Kamala on there without getting a single vote. They replaced him like that. Why couldn't you do the same thing with Walz?
To Graham's point, people have already voted. They've already early voted. It has to be too late. You know?
Yeah, I know that, Russ, but that's what I'm saying, though. They literally did not vote for Kamala. She doesn't have one vote, and they kicked Biden off the ballot. They voted him in to be their candidate, and he's gone now, and they have Kamala on there now.
I get it, but that was before the conventions, and so we're 22 days, man. 22 days.
We'll see.
Just don't see
we'll see what happens.
I hope that this isn't true. I mean, I really do. I hope that he didn't do this to a 14-year-old. I mean, and I would caution anyone that's like, please let this be true. Please let him be a pedophile so we can. Do we really want that to have happened to a young man?
Not at all.
But if it is true, I really hope that we get something official. Like, you know what I mean? Like, other than just hearsay right now on the internet, because we're going to need something official, because yes, that's going to play a major role in the election if this turns out to be true. So if this is true, and if by some chance the person that this happened to is listening, please come forward officially and make this a real thing. I think that statutes of limitations probably mean that nothing would happen to him. Because this guy's probably a grown man now at this point. However, you can affect this election for, the positive of good across the board. So anyway, comment yes or no. Do you think it's true? Do you think it's not? Let us know in the chat, yes or no, what your thoughts. All right, this is Donald Trump dropping a bomb yesterday. It looks like it may just be possible that we might get a Trump-Rogan podcast. This was dropped on the Nelt Boys show. Here we go. Let's play it.
You're doing a lot of podcasts recently. One that I would love to see you on is, I think Joe Rogan has to have you on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
Oh, sure I would.
I think Joe, besides us, Joe's
I think I'm doing it, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you are going to do Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I am.
Joe Rogan's the best in the game for sure. And I think,
there you go. It was that quick. It was that quick. Like Trump goes, yeah, I think I'm doing it. And they said, oh, so you are going to do Joe Rogan? He's like, yeah, I am. If you think that Trump Rogan will be the most watched interview of all time,
for sure,
comment yes or no in the chat right now. I think it will. I don't know what Joe Rogan's average download is for his show. I think
it's probably a lot.
I think it could be the biggest thing to ever happen ever.
I think it'll be huge as well, and we've been talking about it for a long time. But I have to say, and I love Donald Trump to death, but this is post spray tan. I mean, this is fresh.
Yeah,
right
that's
here.
brand new. The problem is the base of his hair is now turning white. The problem is now you can see the definite because of that, because his hair is turning white right there, and
he's
so
got a border of his own.
Yeah, he's gonna have this. He's gonna have somebody blend it.
Yeah, he's got to get off the walnut nut color and come to like a more beige.
Yep.
He looks like a hardwood floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, our economy is in the absolute crapper. You know it. I know it. Everyone knows it. That's what's bringing a lot of people to vote for Trump this election. Not necessarily because they love Donald Trump, but they miss their wallet actually meaning something and their dollar actually having power in their wallet. So we ask you to check out our friends at Birch Gold. You can protect your money by protecting your savings by getting a hedge against inflation. By texting the word Graham, that's GRAHAM, to 989898 right now. Birch Gold is going to send you a free 25-page information kit on how gold, silver, and precious metals can protect your money against an uncertain administration in an uncertain economy in an uncertain world where they are openly attacking the power of the U.S. Free information is vital information, so make sure you're protecting yourself and your family. Text the word Graham, that's Graham, to 989898 right now, and let Birch Gold teach you how to protect your family by protecting your money. All right, so there has been rumors circulating that Joe Biden might be voting for Donald Trump when it's all said and done. All right, this is from our friend Colin Rugg over at Trending Politics. 10 sources say tensions between the Biden and Harris teams are fraught, with the Biden team purposefully scheduling Biden's events during Harris's. The development comes after President Biden apparently sided with Ron DeSantis over Harris. According to Axios, senior Biden aides are furious that Biden was pushed out of his re-election bid and are unhappy with how they are being treated. Harris aides are accusing the Biden team of not coordinating with them on his schedule to help out the Harris campaign. The White House is lacking someone in the room thinking first and foremost about how things would affect the campaign, a source told Axios. What is this video here?
It's a clip of Biden talking. I don't know.
Okay, let's go
That's
to the
him
next
talking
one.
about DeSantis.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. In the next one, a better one.
This
What
is
is
the
it?
Axios article.
Yeah, so this is Axios actually reporting on this. Tensions rise between Harris and Biden team as election nears. You can see them, this is an AI photo, but they're walking away from each other
Charlie Brown
here.
just-
I don't know. Comment what you think. Do you think that this is true? Do you think that Biden, in his senile old age, is now trying to get retribution against Kamala Harris in a last-ditch effort to give her the old middle finger there? Comment yes or no. Let's go to New York Post here. I want to see what they have to say. Isn't that the next one? Yeah, here we go. This is the New York Post. Harris staffers blaming Biden admin for not helping her campaign. Quote, they're too much in their feelings. Vice President Kamala Harris staffers are starting to blame the Biden administration for not doing enough to help her presidential campaign, according to a new report, as the Democrats sink in the polls with less than a month before the November 5th election. Despite the veneer of unity that Harris and President Biden have displayed after Biden dropped out of the race, some of their staffers have reportedly been butting heads behind the scenes. And just so you guys know, yes, the person that's elected to office, they're like the figure or whatever. These administrations are ran by the staffers. They just are. Think about it like this. If you are running for Congress and you just are a regular old somebody and you want to support, your country and all this stuff, so you run for Congress and you win. Next thing you know, in January, you're in D.C. Do you have any idea how to vote for a bill? Do you have any idea how to present a bill to the floor? There's no Congress school. There's no president school. There's no anything like that. No, these mid-20-year-old staffers who have been there since they were 18 years old doing internships, they're running the show behind the scenes. And so if the staffers are fighting, that's a real big deal. So I'm starting to believe this more and more and more. Is Joe Biden kind of one last big old screw you, deep state? I'm dying in 3 weeks anyway. What do I got to lose? I'm going to take y'all out with one thing. Do you think it's possible that Joe Biden has one last cognitive ability left to stick it to the Harris campaign? Comment yes or no. Let us know what you think. This is Dave Portnoy. Now, it's a very long video, but we're going to play just a little bit of it. But to summarize, this is what he said before we play the video. If you don't like my political rants, don't watch this. But how can Kamala Harris keep calling herself the candidate of change when she is the sitting VP? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Vote for whoever you want, but I had to point out how crazy it is. P.S. I know people are going to say Trump is the worst candidate of all time, and you're entitled to your opinion, but he has won the nomination 3 times fair and square. Kamala has never had a vote cast for her yet. I couldn't agree more. Let's play this. Let's hear what Dave has to say. We're not going to play all of it, but we'll play a little bit of it. Let's go.
All right. Every once in a while, I get so fed up with politics, I got to do a rant and just let steam off. I try not to, but I've hit the boiling point. And it's the gaslighting that the left is doing with Kamala Harris, making it sound like she's some great, groundbreaking candidate. She is the worst candidate to ever run for president ever. There's two people voting in this election. Either you're voting for Donald Trump, you like Donald Trump, or you hate Donald Trump and you're voting against him. But Kamala Harris, let's stop it. And what put this over the edge for me? Last week, I'm watching our campaign rally, and she's up there being like, we need to turn the page in America. It's time for a new way forward, and I'm your candidate for change, and they're hooting and hollering.
It's time to turn the page.
It's time to turn the page.
And America is ready for a new way forward.
And then I see her at a rally today, and it's the same message again. Time to turn the page. We need a new generation of leadership.
It is time to turn the page. It is time to turn the page because America is ready to chart a new way forward, ready for a new and optimistic generation of leadership.
This is the sitting vice president of the United States currently saying she's the candidate for change. Okay, fine. And by the way, she has to, because I think 90% of Americans, left or right, I mean, like the last 4 years under Biden, not great. Look at the world stage. Afghanistan was a disaster. The Middle East is basically in flames. You got Russia. Then on the homeland, inflation's out of control. People burning American flags in the street. The defund the police. Law and order doesn't even seem to matter anymore. You got the border, immigration. There's so many issues. Both sides be like, yeah, we need a change from Biden. Probably why the Democrats whacked Biden and installed Kamala Harris as the candidate. So she's like, we need change. We need this. We need that. But at the same time, when she's on her media tour last week, friendly interviews, Alex Cooper called her, hey, Alex, Colbert, The View, and she's being asked the most simplest questions, softballs that she probably knew were coming. Hey, Kamala, how are you different from Joe Biden? What will be different since you are the sitting vice president of the United States now and you're out saying you're the candidate for change? She cannot answer it. She can't answer it. She literally is saying, well, I've pretty much been in every big decision. I'm the same as Joe Biden. I agree with him on everything.
If anything, would you have done something differently than President Biden during the past 4 years?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions that have had impact.
Or she just rumbles and stumbles like, well, I grew up and I worked at McDonald's, and you know how I'm going to be different? My name is not Donald Trump.
Polling shows that a lot of people, especially independent voters, really want this to be a change election, and that they tend to break for you in terms of thinking about change. You are a member of the president administration. Under a Harris administration, what would the major changes be, and what would stay the same?
Sure. Well, I mean, I'm obviously not Joe Biden.
I know.
And so that would be one change in terms of, but also I think it's important to say with, 28 days to go, I'm not Donald Trump. And so when we think about the significance
so the point of this
what
is Dave Portnoy is not what I would call like the biggest Republican conservative in the world. He's none of that, actually. He's had his critiques of Trump. Everybody knows his father absolutely hates Trump, thinks he's the Antichrist, all this stuff above. I think it's safe to say that Dave Portnoy is voting for Donald Trump.
I would think so.
If you think Dave Portnoy is voting for Donald Trump, comment yes or no in this. But the biggest thing of this is even someone like Dave Portnoy is at the fact of Kamala is such a liar and a loser that, I mean, they're borderline left no choice but to vote for Trump at this point. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And two things. The first thing is I believe that Biden is going to vote against Kamala. Because,
I wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah,
I would love to say, I hope he posts a picture of it. Like, here's my ballot.
You have to associate what they did to him almost like a manager for a big corporation. Like, here you go. We're going to bring your replacement. I know you've been with the company for 30 years, but here's your replacement, and we're firing you after you train them. That's literally what they're doing. They're literally kicking him to the curb.
Yeah.
And the second thing is she is still going on The View and saying, yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. And I know these last 3.5 years suck, but I wouldn't do anything different. I am responsible for it is pretty much what she's saying.
Yeah.
And people that are still voting for her, it just blows my mind that there's still people that have their blinders on and they cannot see what her and Biden have done, and they're still going out there like she's the next coming. It's just,
well, they're not. This David Portnoy just said it. That it's just like the Biden-Trump election. They're not voting for Kamala. They're voting against Trump. That's it. You could put a freaking tractor tire out there running against Donald Trump, and people are going to vote for the tire just because they don't want to vote for Donald Trump, or they're not going to vote at all. Like, I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, I agree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a moment that we've been waiting on. But first, this is where we remind you to hit that like button and hit that share button. We're getting ready to bring you our first documentary, and we're calling it Dear America Originals. But before we do that, we want to talk to you about what's going on and why we're going to need your help today. You, the loyal viewers, are going to see it first. We wanted to reward you guys. We wanted you guys to see it first. Well, once this is done, especially on Rumble, we're going to have a link to the page where the video is going to be at first. All right. And the reason that we're having to do this a certain way is we want to show you right here. There has been such egregious, horrendous things in regards to FEMA, the governor of North Carolina, all this, that PolitiFact is now preemptively creating articles like this one. Former President Donald Trump and social media users have spread falsehoods about North Carolina and federal hurricane response. We found no evidence that North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper or the Biden administration blocked aid in any way. There's also PolitiFact things about FEMA. There's also, they're preemptively creating fact checks for anyone that posts anything else saying anything other than FEMA did an amazing job. Biden-Harris administration is the breath of fresh air. Here is President Biden actually threatening any American who criticizes his response to the hurricane. To quote, if you can't understand what he says when we play this clip, quote, "Those who have been spreading these lies to try to undermine the opposition, they are going to pay a price for it." Click it.
I think those who have been spreading these lies to try to undermine the opposition are going to pay a price for it.
There you go. All right, so back to the PolitiFact article. So here's what's going to happen. You, the audience, you're going to see this first. But because they're preemptively doing this, and this isn't the only one, there's multiple articles to cover anything and everything to expose the truth of what's going on in North Carolina. We have had to change how we're going to roll this out. So we're going to play it for you live here today. So 20-minute documentary, I think it's worth your time watching it. But then we're going to ask you, because we know for a fact if we post it on Facebook, Instagram, all this other kind of stuff, they're going to take it down. They're going to hit us again. And we've already told you they keep hitting us and we're in trouble already. So what we've had to do is create a brand new YouTube page that literally has like 2 followers on it right now. Because we feel like this documentary needs to be seen. But we got to put it somewhere that if they kill the channel, it doesn't kill our ability to get the voice out to you. So while this is playing, we're going to pin the link to where the video is going to live in the chat on Rumble. But we're asking everyone to go to Dear America Originals, the YouTube channel, and share this far and wide. If you enjoy this video of seeing the truth of what's going on, we ask you to go follow that page so we can do this more often. What you're going to see in this video is you're going to see real interviews of pilots that are trying to get stuff over, that are having to fight with FEMA and FEMA confiscating what they're trying to bring. You're going to see the American spirit actually helping other Americans. And you're going to see people that have been on the ground saying that they have not seen FEMA once anywhere. And you'll see throughout the entire show, we keep looking for anyone that should be official in any way, and we just can't seem to find them. More importantly, I think you're going to see that during the filming of this, Hurricane Milton hit Florida. And what we couldn't help but notice is that within 2 days in Florida, FEMA had overtaken the Tampa Bay Buccaneers football stadium for a massive task force, well-run machine to help the state of Florida out. And we're super grateful for that. But it makes you wonder what in the world is going on with North Carolina. And I'll also tell you this. Every single area that we saw destroyed had one thing in common. And that was there were Trump signs everywhere. So it just makes you think, why in the world is this weird thing going on in North Carolina? So ladies and gentlemen, while you have the first access to this, we ask you to go to YouTube, Dear America Originals, follow the YouTube page and share it far and wide. If you're watching this on Rumble, the link is pinned in the chat right now. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here is the first Dear America Originals documentary, the truth about what's going on in North Carolina. Hope you enjoy it.
Hurricane Helene. On Helene. It's Hurricane Helene. Helene. Helene.
It is now a Category 4.
80 million people have been warned.
It'll be devastating out there.
And we're going to see extreme flooding and flash flooding as far north as Asheville, North Carolina by tomorrow.
All right, what's going on, everybody? Grandma Allen here, my wife, Alyssa. We are standing in front of one of the planes that is delivering all of the supplies needed to the victims in North Carolina. The biggest issue is we only see one local news camera, not a single national news camera, nothing. Why is no one telling these stories? And why is it only the God-fearing Christian Americans that are stepping up and volunteering to be here? We got a phone call yesterday from this group here that is doing these missions every single day, telling us that something is wrong. Something isn't going on and it needs to be seen. The scariest part is they have reached out to everyone, all media outlets, national level, across the board, and not a single one has taken them up on their offer to see what is really going on. Why is that? We don't know, but we're going to find out.
But first, this all started this morning.
What's up, guys? Royce here. We're here in Tampa right now, about to take off to North Carolina, where I will convene with Graham and the gang. But right now, they've got everything being loaded up into the plane, and I will update y'all when we take off.
So obviously we are in the cockpit of a plane right now. This is Nathaniel. Nathaniel, tell everybody what you're doing, who you are, and why we're even in this plane in the first place.
We flew all day nonstop for the last 3 days. This is day 4. I just got back from Tampa with 1,200 Sawyer water filters. We've moved in this airplane alone probably 15,000 pounds.
Wow.
But the real problem that we're running into is we're having to call airports ahead of time to coordinate to make sure that FEMA's not there trying to seize supplies.
Why are you having to avoid FEMA? What's going on?
They're confiscating supplies. They have roadblocks set up in certain places and at certain airports where FEMA will come in, shut down the airport, and say no more landing, no more supplies come in. We've had helicopters and airplanes get turned around, and we've had FEMA agents show up and try to take supplies.
It makes you and again, this is us speculating here, but it makes you ask the question, are they confiscating this stuff to perhaps act like they're the heroes of what's going on, that they're the ones that's doing a good job, when it's actually people like you, God-fearing American patriots, that are stepping up to help their fellow man?
I think some of this is Big Brother knows best, right? They think they know, oh, we need water here, or we need winter clothing here, or we need toiletries, we need insulin here, or we need it there. We're in contact with all of these places.
Yeah.
And we have stations set up with a clear chain of command, and there is no miscommunication whatsoever. Things are getting where they need to go, and this is a case where the government really doesn't know best.
All right, so what you're seeing here is truly, has been described as the best of humanity. Everyone here, these are not professional disaster relief experts. These are volunteers. These are kids. We've got teachers from our kids' schools.
We have my dispatch girls.
Yeah, we
here.
got the dispatch from the local sheriff's office here. And you're seeing a full-scale operation of volunteers that are putting all this stuff together. And again, as amazing as this is, you have to ask yourself the question, where in the world is any kind of person that this is what they're supposed to do? You are by profession, high school?
Thank you. I'm a high school teacher.
High school teacher, okay. How did you end up here?
I came out one day, it was about 4 days ago. I wanted to just offer my hands. I'm an able person, so I came out, started helping volunteering. The next day I came out, and Kathy, who's been in charge of our volunteers, put me in charge of the hangar and what was going on. And by the end of that day, Scott Dunn, who's in charge of this large operation, asked me to help with flight operations. So it's just day by day moving up.
First of all, God bless you. God bless everybody here. It is crazy to think, yes, we got hit hard here, but what is going on in North Carolina? It's amazing to see what's happening 80 some odd miles away. What are some disturbing things that you may have seen with this? I've heard from pilots that they haven't seen, they're having problems with FEMA, they're having problems getting past FEMA. What's going on?
As far as government goes, I'm not sure what affiliations we have. We've heard the same thing from our pilots. They've come back and told us the same thing. I haven't been up there enough to know exactly what's going on. I just know everything that we have going on here, completely volunteer based. These are just regular day-to-day citizens that are taking time out of their day to come up here to buy hundreds of dollars worth of donations and bringing it up here.
Was it safe to say that this operation you guys have, that is running like a well-oiled machine here, all the computers, all the everything you're keeping track of, this is not what you guys do. This is just volunteers that have come here to help our fellow Americans.
100%, and blessed is an understatement for the amount of outpour and outreach that we've had from folks around us.
Well, God bless you. God bless everybody here. That's an amazing thing. But I'll let you get back to what actually is important.
Great. Thank you. It was a wonderful meeting you. Thank
you as well. Yes. Sir, you are doing such amazing work here. I know that this is probably costing you personally hundreds of thousands of dollars to be able to do this.
Fortunately, it ain't quite cost me that yet. We've got some very generous people that have been helping us.
Yes.
So I'm not too far in the hole yet. You know?
Wow.
So that's been good. But it wouldn't matter. It would, after I saw what I saw going up there the very first time on Saturday morning, I told the guy that was riding with me, I said, we got to get back home, reload, and get back up there. And I've been pretty much doing this 18, 20 hours a day, 9 days now.
Wow.
But a lot of these people, there are a lot of people here that need recognition. There are volunteers that have been here.
It's amazing what's happening. And we're excited to get your stories heard.
Well, you're seeing the best of humanity right here. We all got our own personal problems, but yet they are stopping what they're doing. And probably every person here has something going on they need to be taken care of, and they've prioritized, what they've got to do over for the needs of the people in North Carolina.
All right, so a lot of people in here. We got a small car, so we'll park it right here.
Parts of North Carolina have been destroyed beyond what anyone really understands. Places that people used to go to every day, their literal daily life, are now boarded up and destroyed. Today, we met up with local people from the community and people who just wanted to help their fellow man to bring truckloads of supplies into one of the most decimated areas in North Carolina.
So we convoyed in to this church here in Batcave, and with the help of all these people, we made this amazing kind of grocery store for people. And here's why. If you look behind me here, all of this stuff was obliterated by the hurricane. And the biggest thing is these houses over here, this bridge, this road and this bridge is gone. And so these people that live in these houses, they can't get out. And so right now, we're at day 10, 11, and right now, just now, they're trying to build like this little makeshift bridge so these people in these homes right here can walk and just get out of the houses. And this is what this church is serving for, is like a grocery store-esque for these people that are quite literally trapped because their only road out is gone. It's really insane to kind of see this. And you want to know something else? It's not here. No one reporting on this. I mean, I see 3 guys working cat utility equipment down there. It's kind of shocking how little people there are here. Like it's crazy. And this is day like 11 and 12, and they're just now getting some kind of makeshift bridge. It's wild. All right, Pastor Nathan, you are the pastor at the church where the community here. Can you explain to us the symbolism of this church here? I think it can't be overlooked. God's church overlooking and now being what the church is supposed to be, this place of refuge for people that are struggling. Explain the community and how you guys have pulled together here.
Well, I can't exactly explain it. Even one thing I would point to today is just the sheer number of people. You couldn't explain this group of people at this church today, getting this work done today, without sharing the gospel. That number of people from those different walks of life, from multiple different cities, with multiple different other passions and purposes in their life, they wouldn't have come together for one reason if they weren't motivated by the gospel of Christ. I pray more and more also the activity, right, is exactly that same kind of symbol. The activity of the church, its intention, its sacrifice to do these things, is able to point people towards the sacrifice of Christ.
These safe havens, like we saw in Batcave, are popping up everywhere. And what we're finding out is they're being made not by the government, but by the community. We're here with Sergio. Sergio is helping lead the efforts to what you see behind me. This is Generation Church. They've donated their facility to be able to house all the supplies that people are bringing in. Sergio, talk to us about what's going on.
What we're doing here is pretty simple. We're receiving supplies and we're distributing supplies. We're serving hot meals, and people are we have like a drive-through set up where they're getting hot meals, they're getting ministered to, prayed over, and they're picking up as much supplies as they need.
Wow.
We also have crews coming in where they load up their trucks and then they take it to the places where people are stranded and they can't come down. Some people have not had water for 5-6 days, food for 3, 4, 5 days. They haven't seen people for 5, 6, 7 days, and they're just by themselves. There's no internet, there's no service, there's no way in and out, and so it's kind of like when someone shows up, it's like, wait, people are alive.
You've got well, we just went through it and dropped off supplies. You've got a system going on here. Are these members of the church? Are these volunteers? Who are these people?
Everybody. We're constantly asking for volunteers. The church has stepped up like no other. Like majority of the work that you see is church. And then people just showing up from different states, different organizations, different ministries, and just showing up, let me serve, where can I serve, where can I serve? The supplies that we get, they leave as quickly as they show up, right? What I tell people is this, is like, when we show up to give any supplies, we basically say, we're not the government, we're the church, we're here to help. It's a devastation that you cannot plan for. Life doesn't stop. There's things that you've done before today that are still happening in addition to this chaos, to this mess.
Sergio wanted to take us to an area that, to be honest, I wasn't quite prepared to see. It's one thing to hear about people being literally trapped 4 days in their homes, but to see it firsthand, it was something more than I was expecting.
On Monday, as soon as we could get out, we found out about this neighborhood and we took a crew, and basically everywhere that we drove through, we had to cut our way in. And with all the gear, we cut all the way through both streets, this one and then this one, all the way to the very end. As you see here, That's kind of one type of damage, is trees and power lines. So it really felt like a war zone here. There was like so many trees, like you couldn't walk through. All of this was all trees. You didn't even know that a road existed.
Today, our crew had to be helicoptered in to see what they actually wanted us to see. Places that are only accessible through the air.
These are some of the finest folks you've ever met. And, you know, as we were flying, it struck me, they were more concerned about the safety of the flight crews and our everyone helping out with the lift than their own basic needs. Wonderful people. And they're going to need our help for a long, long time.
As we were flown over some of the worst affected areas, what looked to be sandy dunes not too long ago, imagine Noah's Ark. Imagine water so high, literally carving out pieces of the mountain coming after you in the dead of night. It's hard to believe that these sandy dunes that used to be roads, they used to be community places that people gathered, and they used to be homes. More importantly, people lost their lives there. And the bigger question is, why is this the first time we're seeing it? Next, we landed in Pensacola, North Carolina, and spoke with the local sheriff. What he has to say is quite interesting.
I'm Gary Seaman.
Bradley Boone, I'm the chief.
I don't think we spoke with you. We were in several times last week at the two A-Star helicopter A350s. Scott's guys have been coming in. Scott put together an effort down at Anderson Airport, and he's been sending a ton of stuff.
It's pretty crazy around here. Last week I talked to so many people I don't remember.
Yes,
I talked to them.
it was. So I'm just wondering if the supplies are still coming in by helicopter, or
We are getting some.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it's slowed down a lot.
Yeah.
But we're still getting some.
How about FEMA representation? Has anybody been?
I've not seen it. So I've not seen it. So
Yeah, I haven't either. I've flown the area, but you know, obviously, long term they're going to have to be here to help because this is not something.
They promise me every day.
Yes.
Command promises every day. Somebody from FEMA's coming today. Never have seen it.
Can you tell me about like your operation here and what y'all are doing in this town?
Yes, so we have the 82nd Airborne here that is running and doing missions outside. So doing welfare checks, going and taking people supplies that are unable to get down to the mountain. We also have the National Guard here that is sorting all of this food. We have a food tent here, as you can see. We have all of our non-food items.
What have you seen in this community?
Devastation, but the community is coming together. They're loving on one another, they're working together, and they're growing. So despite all of the things that they've gone through, they're allowing God to bring them together and show them how they can grow and find a little bit of normalcy. FEMA did show up a few days ago. They kind of sat around, talked with my husband, got a game plan together as to where they could set up when they get here. But other than that, I've yet to see them.
Have they dropped you supplies though to help?
Not that I know of. So a lot of these supplies come from, we've had the Red Cross here, we've had church organizations here, and a lot of them just come from randoms, for lack of better words. They're not with any organization. They just know the need. They've stopped what they're doing. They fill up their trailers and their trucks, and they just come wherever they think their need is, and they drop it.
My name is Christian Hickey, and I run a nonprofit called AAA Authority. And so we're faith-based, and we just come into crisis point areas, and we use the pedigree that we have, that God has put behind us, to use it forward. So God prepares us that season for the season for this season. So with all that said, this is an aid station, this is a helo operations, this is a ground operations, this is a community center, a fellowship hall, a place to feed people. 3 days earlier, I had FEMA show up, and I told FEMA, I said, listen, you're not getting out here and putting up your FEMA sign and wearing FEMA vests and doing FEMA with some sort of authority. You're going to take all of that off. You want to come in here. You're going to be Sally, Joe, Carol, whoever. You're going to be a person first. You're going to connect with these people, and you're going to take a report. These are real people with real problems, and so you're a person who has the ability to bring real hope to these people. What I would like to see FEMA to do is to put a face on it, put some more humanity in it, put some love on what they do, and that way we can move forward past all this negativity.
All right, so this is day 4 now. We're packing up more supplies to get ready to still go to North Carolina. Yesterday we spent all day in a food line, and it was amazing how long it kept going. Since we started this documentary, Hurricane Milton has hit Florida, and our prayers are with everyone in Florida. And from what we hear, it's not as bad as it could have been. But we did happen to see one strange thing, and that's FEMA has apparently scaled a full operation inside the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Stadium, which is amazing because that's what they're supposed to do. But it makes you beg the question, why are they not in North Carolina? What is it about this state that registered such a horrific response from the very organization that's supposed to be protecting us in times of natural disasters? One thing we did notice, and I hope you saw it from this film, is that the American spirit is still here. Our love for one another, the American people will band together to help each other out. Why is FEMA still not in North Carolina? Why are they instantly in Florida 2 days after a hurricane, and now 2 weeks after the most devastating hurricane in North Carolina history? FEMA is still nowhere to be seen. And the bigger question, why are we paying for salaries, and why are we giving money to a government that's supposed to be here to help us when we need them, but they're not? It makes you wonder if we actually need them in the first place. Did FEMA do this on purpose? Is FEMA trying to do something in North Carolina? That's a question you're going to have to answer for yourself. Until next time. All right. That was
stuff
the
right there.
first ever Dear America Originals. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give us a flag or something in the chat for Royce? That was all Royce and his team on such a last minute thing.
Good job,
so Royce,
dude.
man, you killed it.
Pat on the back.
Can I say something? Graham?
Every day.
Yep. Royce, first of all, good job. It hurts my heart to see all these people hurting there in North Carolina and everywhere, honestly. But I'm also angry after I watched this because I experienced it. I went with you a couple days, and it makes me angry to see. I felt the love of all the people.
I'm trying not to get choked up over here. I really am.
Well, and you know, the reason why it made me angry because I was there and I saw all the love and all the people are giving of themselves to come and volunteer. And yet the people that I spoke to when I was there, when we were at Bat Cave and we were at Asheville, and a lot of them were telling me the same thing that you heard, that they haven't seen a FEMA agent anywhere. And yet we've played videos the last couple weeks of FEMA literally putting up illegal immigrants in hotel rooms in New York. And it just makes me just absolutely irate that we can't help people, that FEMA's nowhere to be found in North Carolina, and these people are dying. These people they lost everything.
Well, it infuriates me, and Todd, I want to get your response because you're in Mississippi, so it was a little harder for you. But before we go, ladies and gentlemen, you can support us being able to do this by subscribing to the Dear America Originals YouTube page. If you're on Rumble, it literally is pinned there. All you got to do is click the link, subscribe, and share the video. That's all we ask, is that this particular one, as many people see it as possible. And what infuriates me is that we have to do it this way because we can't just drop it on all the other platforms because they'll delete it. PolitiFact and all these fact checkers want to tell us what actually happened when we actually went there and we see what's happening. And that's all we ask. We're challenging you guys to help us let the truth be seen of what actually is going on. You can maybe make an argument that FEMA is in Asheville, North Carolina. Maybe. But what about all these surrounding areas that are absolutely decimated? That last place you saw, Pensacola, North Carolina, it was like, for those of you who are in the military, it was like a camp in Iraq before it becomes a FOB. Like the way they had it set up and everything, it was very reminiscent.
Those suck.
On Saturday, me and my buddy, prior military, they pulled us, and we're having to chart graph map coordinates and stuff to get in a side-by-side to load generators because there's no roads. All the roads are gone, and we're having to traverse up the mountain to find these people stranded, to drop off generators and literally sling in food at people as we're going. It makes me furious that we have to do it this way, but I believe that everybody in this watching this show right now, I believe that you're going to go. I believe you're going to go to the Dear America Originals YouTube page. You're going to subscribe, and you're going to share this video far and wide. I believe you're going to. We don't make any money off of this. We make nothing off of this. This is to show the truth. And I think that it should infuriate you that these fact checkers are already preemptively trying to make it to where this information doesn't get out. If that infuriates you, I'm asking you to go to the Dear America Originals YouTube page, or to click the link if you're on Rumble in the comment section right now and go subscribe and share this. Todd, what do you think watching that for the first time?
Well, you said something a minute ago, because I was stationed in North Carolina for a little while. I spent a lot of time there, got to know a lot of people there, both in the Guard and in different communities. But if FEMA went to Asheville, that's going to infuriate me anymore, because for those of you who don't know, Asheville is very blue. Asheville, the town, city itself is extremely blue. But yeah, I'm very frustrated, but I'm also relieved, because, and the reason I'm just as angry as anybody else in this chat or these three men here with me, because no, FEMA, the government doesn't care about you, but we've known that. How many more times do they have to prove to you that they don't care about you? They don't. But I'm also relieved that this happened in small town USA, because, I mean, where me and Graham were raised, we would all be pitching in, helping the people of our community, helping our state. Our lives would be put on hold completely. I myself have been through something like this. Graham was a lot younger, but a big tornado came through and destroyed a lot of the school that me and Graham graduated from, and literally the entire community picked up. My father owns an air conditioning company. We were out there working for free for weeks, getting the systems back online for the cafeteria. That's just what we do, and that's what we've always done. So to see the response of volunteers and small town USA is no surprise to me, because it doesn't matter how bad things get. When stuff happens in your community, we all band together. We always have, we always will, no matter who's sitting in the White House, no matter who's living in the governor's mansion. Small town USA is always going to take care of small town USA. And that's just another proof to me that we don't need you, government. We don't need you. Okay? Give everything back to the states and just get the hell out of our lives. It's that simple.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of people are saying they're having trouble with the link. Guys, we've tried it. I mean, all you got to do is click on the link.
I literally clicked on it like 5 times. It still works.
The link it's pinned in the Rumble chat. It's pinned in the YouTube chat. You'll see it at the top of the chat if you're looking at the live chat specifically. It's also in the description of this live stream. If you're watching the live stream here right now, it's
yeah. I just clicked on it. It loaded up.
Yeah, it should work. If not, if you were trying to search it and it wasn't popping up, it was because the channel is too new. It has to get views and subscribers before it'll search, right? It's like Google. But anyways, a couple things that I want to mention. First off, thank you guys for all the love. It was a lot of fun making this video, but it wasn't just me. My younger brother, Avery, you should give him a thumbs up too, because he's the one who did all the editing on this. I just filmed it and gave my input and watched him edit. But he's the one who can crank this stuff and turn it around and make it really, really good for you guys and go through all the footage. And I also want to know, this is definitely not going to be the last time. There's going to be another disaster. There's going to be another case where something is not being talked about the way that it should be. And we will be there and do just like that documentary all over again to share the truth, right? That's the point of this new channel. And that's why you all need to go share and subscribe. As of right now, we're up to 269 subscribers. The video's got 400 views, but let's get to 10,000 subscribers. Let's get the video to 100,000 views. I think you guys, the Dear American Nation, you guys can make it happen. But my experience being there, I've had the chance to go to some pretty bad places. I've been to Kensington, Philadelphia, where there's like the drug problem. I've been to downtown San Francisco, where there's the crime problem. But what they did to this, what happened to this town was an act of God, right? It was natural, right? These other cities, they did it to themselves. But in this scenario where it's something that they could not control, the government is not helping. That's wrong. This is where we need the help the most. When it's out of the control, nobody knew it was going to hit North Carolina or Asheville or Pensacola the way that it did. People are missing. People are still missing. And to go there and see it firsthand and to talk to these people, there's a few things that didn't make it in the documentary, right? If so, this would have been an hour-long piece.
There were a lot of situations where people told us to turn the cameras off because they were in cop uniforms, firefighter uniforms, things like that. Even some of the guard members there, and so our mission in this, we went there not to, not a gotcha FEMA type mentality. We already know the truth, and that's the thing. We know the truth. We know what really is going on. But we also know that there is an active effort to suppress it, and there's an active effort to not get this type of footage seen. So again, if the link isn't working, just go to YouTube and type @Dear America Originals. And again, we're not asking a lot. Obviously, this video is going to live on Rumble. You can share this here, and a lot of people are going to see it here. But unfortunately, Rumble's thing to be able to launch it like this and so many people to see it, but they got to go 45 minutes to get to the video. So unfortunately, we had to create a brand new YouTube page simply to house this video. And so if you appreciate the work that Royce and his brother and all of us did during this time to not only go help, I mean, we don't need a pat on the back for that, but to show you, all we ask is that you go to that YouTube page, you subscribe to it, and you share the video far and wide. That's all we ask. Literally, that's it. That's all we ask of you.
I would like to share one more thing, Graham, if I can.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you are asking, how can I help? And we appreciate your donations that you did that we gave to the recovery effort. I met a lady while I was over there. She was from Seattle, Washington, and her family drove from Seattle, Washington to the recovery effort because she wanted to volunteer. So a lot of you, I know you work and you're all involved in your lives, and a lot of you are, well, I can't, take time off work to go help, but I'd rather do this. I mean, this lady literally put everything on hold, her and her family, to go help. So, I mean, if she can drive from Washington, I'm not saying you have to, but if it's in your heart, those people are going to need help for years. So if at any point, you have a fall break, you have a spring break, whatever, I mean, they're going to need help for years. So anytime you want to volunteer and go help the cleanup or the recovery, I'm sure they would appreciate it.
Yep. Yeah. And I think we're going to end the show today on this. Because again, we were there and, we were there for a total of about 6 days when it was all said and done, convoying in, convoying out, and things like that. And to see the active effort to suppress it now, that if anyone says anything other than FEMA is awesome, that now they will delete it. They'll take it down. And all of these fact check articles are already in place to go after anyone that says anything other than FEMA is amazing. It infuriates me even more. So again, for those of you listening on audio, for those of you who are on YouTube, for those of you who are on X right now, please, and especially those of you who are on Rumble, we're not asking for your money. We're not asking for anything other than for you to click the link or @Dear America Originals on YouTube. subscribe to the page and share the video.
Isn't it ironic that the federal government now is like an insurance company? Like you pay your taxes your whole life to them, and then when something bad happens to you, they're like, "No, you're not covered. That's not covered in your plan. You're not. Sorry." Ridiculous.
Well, right. And anyway, that's it. I think that's the way to end it. I don't think of a better way to end it. If you enjoyed the first ever Dear America original,
that was good.
Comment yes or no in the chat. Let us know if you want us to do more of this, because we want to do more of this. But we need your help in that. We need you to, no money. We need you to go and subscribe to that page, and we need you to share the video everywhere. There's tens of thousands of you watching across all platforms right now. We need tens of thousands of shares across the board, and that's all we ask. We don't ask for any money, nothing. Just help us get it seen by as many people as possible. All right, Todd, pray us out, and then we'll get to super
Let's do it. Let us
thing.
bow. Father, we just we thank you for giving us the platform and giving us the ability to do what we do. We thank you for giving us the bold vision, the strength and the courage to go out there and continue to fight these forces of evil on a daily basis. I thank you for the courage that these three men have, along with the courage that you give me in order to carry the message forward. And Father, I just thank you for just the last 2 weeks, just showing the world, showing people in this country that you're not alone, that there are people still in this country that are willing to show the mind and body of Christ, to be the hands and feet for Christ, to go out there and help their fellow man. Father, I thank you for all that you've done. I thank you for your son, Jesus, who led a blameless life, that still carried that cross to Calvary, was nailed to it and died so that we could spend an eternity in heaven with you. And Father, that you rose him from the dead to prove that he had power over death. Father, we thank you and we love you, and we thank you for all that you do. And all God's people said,
Amen.
Amen.
All right, let's do super questions. Let's do it.
Alrighty then.
Here we go. First one.
Micah Panjata. Don't get to watch live very often. So excited when I can. Love y'all. Appreciate everything you do. Semper Fi, Crayon Eater. Woo. All right. I like it. Harley Girl. I heard something about Jill saying she wants Joe to be remembered as the only person to beat Trump, so sabotaging Kamala. Yeah, I heard that too. I thought that was pretty funny.
Kamala.
113 Green. Also watch Alex Jones' weather manipulation documentary on Rumble. He's got the receipts. Yeah, I watched that. That was pretty interesting.
Next one.
Kiloho. Great job, Royce. Bless you guys. Did y'all see any of the pack mules while you were there?
No, I didn't see any of the pack mules. But yeah, no, seriously, guys. To do what Royce and his brother did in such a short amount of time, I mean, like to create that in literally, I think from filming to everything, I mean, that was ready to go by essentially Saturday afternoon. And it truly is remarkable. And you know, unfortunately, the people behind the camera don't get enough credit when they are really the real rock stars on that. It's real easy to do what I do. Just talk, and Royce and them in the background. Yeah. And so we're very blessed to have Royce on the team, and you see it there. So
Thank you.
Yo. Combat Engineer 0. Where can go to apply for a job to help these poor people out? What was the site for the Patriot Mobile? Grassroots. It's called Grassroots.
yeah, there's not really a place to apply for a job to go help. I mean, look, man, we saw so many people, they just took time off. They took their PTO from their jobs to go help. And so, you know, there's no real money for that. Now, to go out and chase the vote in swing states, yes, you can go to tpaction.com/100 or something like that. I can't remember what it is, Todd.
Well, you can go to tpaction.com and click on the 100, or you can download the app. There is an actual TP Action app for Google or Android and iPhone as well. I would recommend downloading the app.
All right.
It's easier.
right.
CBD 1959. As a strong 65-year-old Christian man, this makes me cry to see our government doing this.
Yeah,
couldn't
and
disagree.
again, I wouldn't be as adamant about it as, you heard at the very end, the young lady say, FEMA did show up like the other day. And, she came by, it was one person. And so even people need to understand that's weird. It's weird that, normally FEMA goes in pairs. It's really weird. And we drove this treacherous terrain. Like, it was shocking to me that they had one lady drive out to this place. And when I say treacherous terrain, I'm talking like you're driving on the edge of a cliff, what looks like a one-way road, but then you see the yellow line dividers halfway and you realize, no, the other side of the road's just gone. And so, like, it's harrowing, like type thing. That's weird. And then, I can give this behind the scenes story without giving any names away. They said that lady from FEMA that showed up, the first thing she did was stand around for a second and then inspect one of the tables that they were giving food on and said, there's mold on this table. You need to clean it. And the people that had been there for days essentially threw her a paper towel and cleaning supplies and said, you can clean it. And the FEMA lady left. She left, and they haven't seen them since.
You should also know that they came 2 weeks into this.
Yeah. And let's not, and that's what we're trying to say. Freaking Milton hits Florida, and FEMA has a full-scale operation in 2 days, which is great. That's what they're supposed to do. They're showing up in these outskirt towns 2 weeks after it's happened, and then they're giving demands on, oh, well, this isn't up to code or this or that. Screw you, lady.
Yeah, dude.
Like I'm surprised one of the other women didn't punch her right in the mouth. But and then she left because it was like some territorial battle, and she left. And so it's crazy what's going on. All right, next.
Lauren, 2135. So simple for those in charge to do the right thing, yet they won't. God bless everyone affected. I'm sorry you are being treated this way. God has you. He will never abandon you, and neither will we. I love that. Very sweet, Lauren. Thank you. Wolf Watch, 69. Thank you for showing the truth of what God's family will do for each other. Ain't that the truth?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we'll take care of it. Dixie Darling, 69. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Christian, thank you guys for all that you do. We need to turn the page and throw the book at this evil regime that's trying to take away all of our freedoms and tear apart our country. 100%. God bless America. I agree with you, Christian.
Yep.
Sarah Cunningham. Sorry, guys. That's all I can forward. I know it's not much, but please use it. I wish I could go and help these poor people. And I understand where you're coming from, but never apologize for how much you can or can't give. Like, just from you watching, from you sharing, commenting, that, guys, like prayer, all that stuff. That's, never have to apologize.
None of you have to give.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
doing this out of the kindness of your heart. So we appreciate
thank you.
anything that you do.
Again, the only thing we're asking today is it is completely free. Click the link or search on YouTube at Dear America Originals. Subscribe to the page and share the show or share the documentary. That's it. That's all we're asking from you today.
You guys stepped up. Thousands of you donated, and we raised $20,000 to give to this organization.
That was huge.
You sane people should go and subscribe to this and share the truth, so more people will. There's a link in that video where people can donate and so on and so forth. So this is just the next step that you can do. Doesn't cost you a penny, and we want to share this to anybody that we can to get the truth out.
Correct.
All right. Mike N. Foley. I wonder if that's Foley, Alabama. Anyway, Semper Fi, guys, from one disabled Marine family to you guys. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Moral compass with Ariel. Spot fun / I was hit in Tampa Bay, guys. I lost my roof. I wrote Todd. He has been awesome over a year. If you want to read my story, thank you. I had to separate the link to send. Love you all.
Nice.
Oh, that was supposed to be a link. Yeah, we can't share links, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Andrew Bahinky. Royce, can I hire you to clean up my computer and help me get my stream up and running?
Well, here, let me tell you what you should use to clean your computer. Let's see, what's it called here? I think it's just called Clean My Mac is what I use. Because I use Apple. It's great. Wait, is it called that? Oh, Clean My Mac X is what it's called. It's great. Next one also for me.
Chaston23. Royce, I just wanted to say that was not an act of God. It was an act of government. Weather modification is now coming out all over the place. Great job, guys. This video needs to be shared by everyone.
Yeah, point.
I'm just getting to where I can't disagree with that anymore.
Well, I mean, here's what I've seen and what I've heard. I don't think the government has the ability to create weather. They have the ability to manipulate it, is what I've been seeing. There was a report that there was a ship, like a cruise ship, off of Florida out there, 100 miles off of it, and I have not verified this, but people were saying that around the cruise ship, when the birds were trying to fly into it, they would hit something and drop. Almost like there was something manipulating, shooting up to the sky. Yeah, exactly.
I think they can create weather. Go look at Dubai.
I've seen the cloud seeding.
And that's like blue skies all the time. And then all of a sudden, I don't put nothing past them anymore. If they can shoot missiles down with freaking lasers, we're past it. Kaloho, subscribe to the DAO. Will share. Thank you, Kaloho. It's very kind. Sarah 287. Dudes, I can't find the documentary on YouTube.
Click the pinned link or click the link in the description. It is there. I promise you it is there. The link works.
Yeah, I just tried it on my MacBook and my iPhone, and they both loaded up right away.
Yeah, yep. I got you. Maria Paget, $1,400. Man, she kills it. Why is no one covering that Wyoming, I'm assuming, burning is what she's trying to say. Burning like crazy. Please, everyone, send prayers for Wyoming. Yeah, Wyoming is on fire. I saw that video of those elk running through that fire. That was insane.
She sent another $100.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Burning like crazy. I thought so.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maria.
Maria's a rock star.
Tilly DW. Well, again, why is nobody talking about the wildfires in Wyoming?
Do we know how those
lightning
fires started?
Lightning hit a tree and it.
We'll have to look into it more. Maybe we can talk about it on tomorrow's show.
Maybe we can go to Wyoming. Woo. And maybe we can record it.
I'm not leaving.
And all I'm saying is like this is what we're talking about, guys. If nobody's talking about this stuff, we really want to start adding this to what we're doing. And so again, how you can help us continue to do that is all you got to do is go to Dear America Originals, the YouTube page, subscribe to it, and share the video. That's it. That's all we ask.
For real. Like Tilly DW, why is nobody talking about the wildfires in Wyoming? Hey, we can go to Wyoming. I might not leave, but we can go.
Todd, can you not read that?
Already read it. There we go.
That one?
Harley girl. Oh my God. I just want to leave work and go to North Carolina now.
Do it.
Yeah, it does. It makes you want to go help for sure.
Caitlin Butler, the Satyr. Love y'all. Love the video. Will actually watch it when I go to lunch and listen to it when I'm at work. Awesome work, Royce. God bless. Thank you, Caitlin.
Agree.
Great job, Royce. Sheila May. I live in Asheville for 7 years, and this is the best video I've seen on the internet. I've been to all those places, and none of them look the same. Thank you for doing this video, Navy/Army vet.
Awesome.
I haven't seen that crossover a lot. Angela Durham, 67. I went to TO Action, got a list to call people. Also, I'm offering free rides on Election Day for anyone who needs to vote in my area. Very cool. Very cool.
Very nice.
Sarah, Dozal. Time for GPS trackers. If FEMA intercepts supplies, then proof is undeniable. Love, and that is actually a good idea. Apple tags, all of them. That would actually be a really good idea. Veepster.
Every one of them.
Yeah. Character on the floor laughing really hard. I'm assuming that is a emoji.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's an emoji. All right. Blink 2923. God bless you and everyone on your team. Prayers continue for all the affected by these disasters. Asking for more prayers for Florida as they are saying more storms to come, possibly. Yeah, Nadine is headed that way now. May God be will all. Okay. Yeah. I get it.
Todd's having a great day reading today.
Well, I mean, God made, that's how it was written.
All
Little
right.
Mama Lee, God used 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread to feed thousands. Can we use $1 to do amazing things as well? That's a fact.
Yep.
That's a fact.
100%. Is that it? Nope.
The dang it. I like that. The dang it. Last week you said y'all had to pretty much sneak Royce on the plane. Did I miss what happened in the video?
No, it's in there. You see Royce getting on a plane, because of the type of way we had to get Royce in, we could only show so much because we don't want to get people in trouble. Anyway, but yeah, the video part where it says, but first, this is how we got here. And it rewinds and it shows Royce on an airstrip in Tampa. That's how we had to, he wasn't hopping on American Airlines, to get up here.
Not that time.
Yeah. And
that
so,
looked like the plane in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah. It was,
and
and again, shout out to Royce because again, we don't want to get anybody in trouble, but the way he had to even get on that plane, dude, he's got some cojones on him because not many people would have got up in a plane like that and just flown out,
Royce, I would have been like, nope.
It was literally like you, Royce? Yep. All right. Come here. And it was
Most everything,
Yeah. All right. Next.
That's funny. A Patzer. HAARP started in 74. So much destruction. What is going on in Maui, East Palestine, Wyoming, North Carolina, and Florida? That's right. I mean, it definitely raises more questions than anything. That's for sure. Kaloho, I'm retired, no ties. I would go to Wyoming with you. I'm telling you.
We'll look into it. I mean,
might not leave.
Maybe
I want to go see Buffalo, Wyoming. That's where I want to see.
Figure that out.
This is the last one over $5.
Sweet. Alexandria Reynolds. 300,000 acres have burned here in Wyoming. Ranchers are devastated. Very few structures are lost. States hit by hurricanes really need the support.
Interesting.
Okay,
that makes sense.
like I said, let's look into it. I'll go to Wyoming. Why not?
Cool.
All right, guys, that's it. Please make sure to hit the like button, hit the share button. If this is your first time watching, hit the subscribe button. Again, if you enjoyed the first documentary of Dear America Originals, make sure to please, in YouTube, you can either click the link in the descriptions here, or you can go on YouTube and it's simple, Dear America Originals. That's it, Dear America Originals. And make sure to do us the favor of subscribing to that page and sharing the video far and wide. That's how you can repay us, I guess, is help us get it seen by as many people as possible. That's all we got, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you guys tomorrow. 22 days until the election. It's only going to get wilder and wilder and wilder. Tony, say goodbye.
Hasta mañana, everybody.
All right.
Royce,
say goodbye.
Thank you guys so much. The channel
Whoever
is
you
already
are.
over 500 subscribers, so keep it going. Thank you guys so much.
Yep. Todd, say goodbye.
Love you, miss you, mean it, and see you at 1.
All right. Yep. Make sure to tune in to Todd's show in the hot seat at 2 p.m. Eastern time. You got to quit saying that, Todd.
Look, I live on God's time. I'm sorry.
All right. 2 p.m. Eastern time is in the hot seat. Good Lord. All right. Either way, as always, I'm Graham Allen. Stay awake, not woke. Trust in God, not the government. And as always, stay free.